Hello everyone. We are back for part 2 of our ground mount build out back there, and I want to thank everybody for watching, and thank my first subscriber, Mike Crow. Thank you, brother. And everybody else, like, share, subscribe, bell reminder, all that stuff, all that nice YouTube stuff. So here we're going to get into it. In this, I'll just we'll go through the actual putting the rails on. Ironridge rails, man, you can't go wrong. Always go with Ironridge rails. I had to pay for them. They wasn't free, but man, I was thinking about doing Unistrut, and no way, don't do it. So let's get into this, and I'll see you at the end. Alright, here we go. Finally, time to put some panels on here. We got our tilt angle. Alright, that's summer solstice. From what I can find, it's about 16 degrees. So we're going to try that. We're going to use where's it at? 4x4. We're going to use some 4x4s and block down onto these posts. That's my temporary fix till I can figure something out. So I'm going to adjust them twice a year for the summer and winter solstice. But yeah, we're going to take these 4x4s and see if we can't get this thing in there solid and start running some panels on here. Alright, so there's the plan. I got a plate on the bottom. The plan is just to put that on there because I want to be able to adjust these twice a year is the plan. And I wanted to be able to take that 4x4 out. I'm going to drill a 1/2-inch hole through there and run a bolt through there. And the plan is to be able to take this 4x4 out and use a shorter one to put in for the winter solstice. But I'm not really sure how that's going to work, so instead of me, and I got it set at 16 or close to it. Whoop. So I want to try to make sure I can adjust this thing in the winter quite simply. So I'm going to take that back out and adjust it to the summer or the winter, and then see if I can use this little piece to get it fit in that plate. And I just planned on running a couple screws in that post and then unscrewing the post using the plate on there permanently, and then slide my other shorter post in for my winter solstice. But I don't know, it's all trial and error, so that's what we're going to try. Alright, so had a little game plan change. Of course, you make a plan then change it. That's the rule. I did not want to be up under this thing in the winter trying to cut my 4x4 posts and put all my posts in while I had the panels on there. As you can see, some of the posts are sticking out. I got to cut them off. No, not a big deal. But I'm going to we just did a bolt check. We put plates on, put all of our, we are missing some plates, but put some plates on the bottom, just hold the post secure. and then we run a screw in them just to hold them perfectly straight while we drilled the hole, and run the bolts through them to do a bolt check. So all the bolts fit. She is fairly straight. We did have to push and tweak that one panel edge, but she's fairly close. Close enough for me. So this is the winter solstice, 55 degrees is our tilt angle, and then we're going to take these all out now that they fit in there and match. I was trying to line up my same bolt holes, but I don't think I'm going to be able to use the same hole for my summer as my winter, but we are going to see what I got to do to use the same hole. But yeah, so this panel's done, this array, and or these two, and we got to do that one yet. But I want to get some panels up on this thing. I want to see some panels, baby love. I smell a little juicy. She's still in her pants. That's hard to do with Daddy around. Alright, let's get her done. It's time to rock and roll the summer. It's a longer post, but yes, we had to go to Home Depot again and get some more post. My plan was to use the shorter post that ends off of those, but I needed 4 foot. That's a 4 foot piece right there, and we got some sticking out. So I'm gonna unbolt these, chop the tops off with the chainsaw, and then get the summer post put in, do all that, and hopefully try to put a row of panels on. Alright, we'll see. Alright, hours later and a big sunburn later, here's where we're at. We're getting ready to start putting some panels on. I can't see anything. I don't know if you guys can. So we got the summer angle. Our summer angle is 15 degrees, and I'll explain that how we got it. I looked on the website. I can't remember what it's called. I'll share it with you. But it was your latitude times 0.93 minus 21, I believe, for our summer solstice. So with that being said, that should be 15 degrees. Oh, that's gonna be bad trying to get up in there. Oh, look at that. Sorry, can't do it. 15 degrees. So we got the bolts in, snugged them up. I had to go back through and tighten up everything. Tightened up our clamps, and then of course I found a couple that was broke. So I had to replace another 4. But now we're ready to put some panels on. And then I tweaked it, adjusted it to the line up there a little bit. So that took us a little while. And re-tightened everything and put 4 in that were broke off. So I over-torqued a couple earlier and had to do that anyway, so. Alright, that's where I'm at. And then again, we marked the summer posts. And then hopefully it's just a matter of, whoa, where are we at? There we are. Hopefully it's just a matter of unbolting and putting the new ones in. Alright, there we are. So we got some panels up yesterday, but we didn't get these 2 arrays done till this afternoon. After church we jumped up there and put a couple more up. Yesterday I tell you about the redo. Yesterday we put up the bottom row and started on the second row. We was going to try to get 2 rows on yesterday. But after we got the bottom row up and then 2 on the second row, Honey says, "Did you put them in the right order?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" She said, "The right direction for the wiring." Well, I didn't. So, and we'd seen it on a previous video, just so when you're wiring your panels in series, your positive and negatives are, you know, in the same direction and it's easier to wire. Well, I forgot. So, out of the 8 panels that we put up this afternoon, we had to change a couple of them. Well, 4, half. So we got our braces in, rails up of course, and then panels. So now we got the last array to do. We got 9 more panels on this one to do yet, and we'll be ready for the next step. Next step is to wire all the panels and then install our combiner boxes. Let me step in the shade because I can't see anything out there. So we'll do all our panel connection, and we have panels run in a series of 3, and then they go back to the combiner box. And then the combiner boxes, they go from the 9 panels into 2 strings and then back to the house. But it might take us a while to do that. A couple hours a day after work, in between that and the garden. Garden looks nice. Got my taters rode up there. But solar, we're just taking a little bit by little. So yesterday we cut the 2 posts. We cut the winter solstice and the summer solstice, and then we put the summer solstice in. 15-degree angle in the summer. And if anybody's interested, I'll show you what I did to figure that out. It was online. Look it up. But yeah, we're ready to rock and roll now. Got to get that one done. Need some more plates. Okay, so the connection at the bottom. Just took a 6x7 plate, anchored it to the post, and then run some screws in it just to hold it. The plates will stay on there, and then in the winter we'll come in, adjust the panels, and put our short winter solstice posts in. Up here at the top we got a 1/2-inch lag bolt and nut. So plan is to pound that out, put the new posts in. But got a lot of little tweaking stuff to do. I want to get another bolt or another nut for the end of this, because I don't know, putting it up and down, I don't know, twice a year. I wanted to put another nut on there to lock it up. But yeah, panels don't look too good. I can't see. Let me see if I can hold them up over this and see anything. They're not too bad. I mean, it's do what I want her. So it is what it is, and you get what you get. But I tell you what, one thing I am glad I did was Ironridge. These rails. I was going to try to do all this with Unistrut. Oh man, it was terrible to find. And then when it did come in, it went up. I think it was, I don't know, $32 to $38 a stick, and that was only for a 10-foot stick. My panels are 10'4" out to out, so I had to cut it in the middle and then spread it out. And I'm just really glad I went with altE is where I got, and that's ALTE, where I got those, and they was great to work with. I mean, I sent them what I planned on doing, and they sent me the nice little end caps there for on the edges, the rails, the connectors, and I'm so glad I did that, because this thing hasn't been easy, but it has, you know what I'm saying? If you built something before, you can build one of these, that's for sure. Now, I don't know if you want to build one like this. This is like all R&D here. I don't know if them 4x6s are adequate enough to hold that when that panel is up in the winter solstice. It's going to be like a big sail. It's almost going to be as steep as that, but if you got any smart people out there, any engineers, if you can tell me whether or not those 3 4x6s are going to hold that and not snap off, I'd appreciate that, but I'll keep you guys posted. Alright, there we go. Got the panels up. I had a little delay. Had some grandbabies here. I had to take a little break. We got one really dusty panel, but come out alright. I had to adjust the some of the rails. I don't know if you can see it, but this faceboard here comes down, and right here I got a dip in it. It's 16 foot 2x6. I think it's right down here. There it is. But with those Ironridge rails, man, I just loosened it up, straightened it back up, the panel or the rail, and yeah, man. So we got it done. 50 or 15 degrees is our tilt angle for our summer. Got my plates on. Still got a couple screws to put in yet. Got my grounding wire to put in. Got my combiner box put on. Got some wires put in, but unfortunately I'm gonna probably have to take them out to get that copper in there. That's a pretty tough one, but yeah, man, this one's 6 inches higher, but there it is. We will give you an update once I get the wires hooked up. And alright, there we go. All the panels are up. Got one really, really dusty panel. But all of them's installed. Now, for everything. Here we go. That was quite a feat. Getting that thing done with the couple people that I had to help me. Took a while, and it was well, it took me literally almost all summer, but in between the garden and every other thing we got going on around here, it took me a while. So if you want to see everything else that came with installing this, stick around, and we're going to get into what we did to the back porch here, which is now the solar room, and there was a lot of work just to get it ready so I could install my inverters. So we'll get into that, and we'll also get into how I wired this thing up, and everything involved in that, and that was quite a thing as well. So I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to smile. God loves you.